Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker and its teaser trailer debuted just a couple of weeks ago, and ever since then, a lot of people have been very excited about what's coming our way by director and writer J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio in order to end the Skywalker saga and build towards something bigger. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about this film that a lot of people are very excited about is, of course, exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to tie everything into the prequels, the originals, Star Wars Rebels, and even using the expanded universe as inspirational material, which honestly, in my opinion, that is something that I think is going to really excite a lot of hardcore fans. And not only that, we do know that Episode 9 is going to have some form of a connection to the new Star Wars trilogy. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intriguing, involving the characters of Anakin Skywalker and Kylo Ren. Now, specifically, a description of Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren all circled around a large Darth Vader statue that is said to have been sculpted by the Acolytes of the Beyond. It's described that as Kylo is examining the statue, he begins to look behind himself and over his shoulder, as it's described that Kylo feels a strange presence. In the distance, a black cloaked figure stands with a hood over its head, where it's said to be the hybrid Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker. The entire face is of the Darth Vader mask under the hood that begins to slowly fade away, revealing the face of Anakin, where one eye of his is said to be glowing blue. It's described that the hybrid Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker emits smoke-like particles around itself when it's still and moving, leaving a trail of its energy behind that is used to guide Kylo into another location of the Dark Spire that is said to be a sub-basement. As Kylo follows the figure, it's said that Kylo hears Darth Vader's breathing in a faint way, as well as distant screams. As Kylo makes his way to the sub-basement, the hybrid Force ghost of Anakin begins to fade away, dropping a key of some kind to a door that Kylo eventually unlocks, which is said to lead to the sub-basement, containing something to do with the origins of the dark side and the beyond. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams is really going to be adding in a lot of dark and horror-like elements into Star Wars Episode 9, especially when it all comes down to Kylo Ren's story in this movie. So, one great thing that I do like about the hybrid Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker, I know that there is a lot of mixed reactions on the hybrid Force ghost, but in my opinion, what's so great about this is that you get a sense of Anakin and Vader in between in one entity. Now, mind you, this isn't the actual light side version of Anakin Skywalker. The whole entire idea of the hybrid Force ghost is that it's basically just another Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker. It's not the only Force ghost. I think that's one thing that a lot of people begin to get confused about. This was also explained originally in the art book of The Force Awakens. You know, J.J. Abrams had this original idea to put this in Episode 7. It did not make the final cut. But it's basically, you know, imagining if the light side version of a Force ghost could really have a reflection of itself, and that is the dark side version of that, and you can really tell how it's connected to these dark side areas in the Star Wars galaxy that are very powerful with the dark side, such as the Dark Spire. So in case you guys are very, you know, confused about what the Dark Spire really is, the Dark Spire is going to be a large castle-like structure in Episode 9 that is really going to be the center of the entire galaxy. Well, not exactly the center of the galaxy, but the center of the origins of the dark side, I should say. It's basically the place that Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren are set to go to in order to find out new clues about the beyond, and of course even the dark side of the Force. So what's really intriguing about the hybrid Force ghost is that it's described to leave these trails of particles that are somewhat in design like leaving behind smoke of some sorts, where it's said to leave behind a part of its energy that is used to guide Kylo Ren down to the sub-basement. And this sub-basement is said to contain secrets and new revelations about the origins of the dark side and, of course, the beyond. Now, what's really intriguing to me is that this almost seems like a parallel to what we got in The Force Awakens, where Rey is going inside of Maz Kanata's castle, and she goes into the basement, opens up the chest, and she learns new truths about the past of the Skywalkers and the Skywalker lightsaber. So it's almost like Kylo Ren is doing the same exact thing here, except something else is guiding him. Something to do with Anakin Skywalker's hybrid Force Ghost is guiding him down here, whereas Rey, you know, similar situation. She heard voices too that led her there, and you can really see how he's really trying to create all these different, you know, I guess you could say parallels between both Kylo Ren and Rey, as if they are going through similar experiences, which should be a very interesting way of storytelling. You know, 2 different castles and 2 different movies by J.J. Abrams. Very intriguing, I gotta say. So, the one other piece that I do want to go over is the hybrid Force Ghost changing from the Darth Vader mask to the full-on Anakin Skywalker face with the hood over his head. So, once again, this was the original idea by JJ in The Force Awakens that is now a part of Episode 9. So what do you guys think about all of this? What do you think about the Dark Spire, the hybrid Force Ghost of Anakin, Kylo Ren, and the Knights of Ren examining the large Darth Vader statue, which, by the way, another thing taken from Legends material. Very intriguing. And yeah, guys, let me know if you guys did enjoy the content for today. Do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.